Hello and namaste, my beautiful friends. I'm Jill Loftus of Nuit Astrology. Welcome to your Planetary Energy Forecast for the week of July the 15th, 2024. Now, as you know from last week's forecast, we are stepping immediately as we launch the week into the meeting in the sky of Mars, the planet of action and war and individuality, and the planet Uranus, the planet of rebellion, of synchronicity, of the higher level of technology, like the internet, and more complex technologies. Uranus is one of the transpersonal planets. It's not visible to the naked eye. And so it moves quite slowly, and its energy is somewhat not always visible. It's not immediate and quick. It's slow. It's been moving through the sign of Taurus now for the last several years, and the meaning of Mars at this degree is of note, particularly because there is a star there called Algol, which is typically regarded as a very malefic star. Now, they're meeting right at the exact degree of this star. Now, Mars-Uranus by itself could bring something difficult. Why? Well, because Uranian energy is usually shocking. If you think about it or predict it, it usually doesn't happen, right? Uranus has to be something that's sudden, something that you are not expecting. The Martian energy brings in that edge of a little bit of a combative edge, a little bit of a fighting edge. And with the state of the world right now and some of the conflicts that are already brewing, this is a volatile connection. Now, I've already had one client who has a something right around the 26-degree Taurus mark who has had an accident. So again, if you have anything between 25 to 27 of the fixed signs, I want you to be extra careful, extra cautious, right? My Taurus friends, my Leo friends, my Scorpio friends, my Aquarian friends, really, really pay attention and be careful. Now, this also could facilitate some true breakthroughs, and part of that is because later in the week, both the Mars and the Sun begin to pick up some lovely energy together, and the Sun begins to blend well with Uranus as well. So even though this is a tense aspect as we start the week, and I want you to be very tuned into your intuition. If it feels like you shouldn't go somewhere, do something, don't, you're right? It's a little bit of like, probably best to enter the hermitage. I know I'll be going out and working on Monday, but if you get the sense that you shouldn't be somewhere or that you need to slow down, please honor and respect that that intuitive hit, that impetus that you have to take care of yourself, because it could be something. It could be something violent or shocking. It could even be related to weather events. Taurus energy brings in Mother Gaia, as well as the energy surrounding currencies, money, things that are valuable, and resources such as food. So pay attention to that energy as we start the week. Now, Mercury steps into the shadow of its retrograde on Tuesday the 16th. And so it's in the late Leo, 21. So something between that 21 Leo into Virgo energy, I think it's 4 Virgo. It's going to kind of traverse back and forth, but now it's just entered the shadow zone. It hasn't retrograded yet, right? But it's going to come all the way back to this point when it retrogrades. So if you can, I would suggest standard Mercury retrograde protocols. If you think you sent something, an email, and you don't think they got it, follow up. I wouldn't recommend buying things that are electric or related to technology at this time. If you can put that off, put that off. Of course, it is a wonderful time to reconsider, rethink, redo things in that late Leo, early Virgo part of your chart. And so you may notice as it enters the shadow, probably get more of a hint in August when it actually pauses and begins to move backwards, but you may in fact get a hint. So pay attention to the 16th. Now, on the 17th, Mars is still pretty close to Uranus, right? We're still dealing with that volatile energy, but Mars moves much quicker. And so it will move on, and then it begins to connect in a lovely way with the Sun in Cancer. So here's this potential this potential energy to lock in something good, to take an action. This could help repair or moderate something that happened earlier in the week, right, from that Uranian contact. But that blessing connection with the sun, I'm really thinking you should lean into that. On the 18th, Mercury in Leo is going to send a beautiful energy to Chiron in Aries. And so this is wonderful for having conversations or ideas related to health, to healing, to learning some healing modality. Chiron, of course, was the teacher of all the gods' children and taught them mathematics and physics and astronomy and astrology. So I love this kind of energy as leaning into learning or studying in some way. And then we've got this movement of the Mars towards the very end of Taurus. And as it does that, it is also going to pick up a trine energy to Pluto. So the action, the desire to take actions that will change, that evolve, that are very future oriented, that will happen later in the week as well. So that's a positive development. Now, I'm also really loving Sun in Cancer sextile to Uranus. Uranus is going to send in, or the Sun will continue after it sends that energy to Mars. It will continue and begin to send that energy to Uranus. So again, another opportunity to kind of see what direction you need to go in, a beautiful flow between the Cancer and Taurus areas of your life. And also on that day, we begin to feel the energy of Venus in Leo connecting beautifully with the nodes. So very karmic relationship occurrences midweek and on through the end of the week. So if you are working on your relationship, as you always should be, or wanting to enter into a new relationship, there could be some positive developments from the midweek on. So, on the 20th, Mars will shift into Gemini and, still in that beautiful contact with Pluto. So feel into that. But Mars in Gemini is a much more chatty, much more social, much more mental energy. So notice the shift, if you can, between that energy from the Tauran, plodding, continual, it's a little bit more in the mud. And now all of a sudden, Mars becomes a little lighter on his feet. But that could be a much more chatty social energy, a much more flirtatious energy. So you can enjoy that. Our full moon for the month is on the 21st. It is at 6:17 a.m. Eastern. So adjust for your time zone. 29 degrees at the sign of Capricorn, so the very end of Capricorn. Now you may remember last month, our full moon was at the beginning of Capricorn. So it's a very rare configuration to have full moons 2 months in a row in the same sign. I really see this as like finishing up some major lesson in the Capricorn area of life. It's so close to Pluto. Pluto might be in Aquarius, but they're just a degree away here. Very, very close, very Plutonian full moon. So change, letting go, death, dying, rebirth, regeneration, absolutely present here. There are some positive aspects, so I'm definitely suggest that you ritualize and take advantage of this moon. The only little tricky bit is that there is a square from Mercury in Leo over to Uranus and Taurus, and so that could just bring a piece of information in or give you a sudden idea that might change your mind about something, or it may make you feel limited. Someone may feel, your mind might feel like you're not getting enough attention or you don't have enough freedom or autonomy. Make sure that that's a true story that you're telling yourself. So nothing overreactive, nothing over the top for that full moon. Full moons are emotional enough, right? And so if you have your emotional body being totally activated and then the mental body is being activated as well, sometimes that can be a little tricky combination. Now, for the 3 ways to really work with the higher vibration of this week, well, I'm really loving the connection of Mars with Pluto. I like this ability to see a new way forward, a practical way when it's in Taurus, and then when it slips into Gemini, you might even find more ideas, right? Both Gemini and Aquarius, where Pluto is, are air signs, and so there could be some really positive developments there. I'm also really loving the Venus in Leo connection to the nodes. I think this is a very a sexy energy. I love Venus in Leo. really, especially if you are feeling Venusian, take the time to feel beautiful, to put a little extra effort into really stepping into the limelight and really letting your letting your partnership connections be visible and passionate. So I like that. And then I'm also liking the Cancer Sun Uranus sextile. You know, a little bit of luck, a little bit of magic. There's magic in the air this week, and so don't let that beginning of the week conjunction, that volatile energy, send you into a tailspin. There's some good things to take advantage of this week. Now, of course, the shadow of the week is the Mars-Uranus connection, which we've spoken about at length. I'm also, really paying attention to that Mercury retrograde shadow period, trying to be wise about that, trying to make sure I have my backup plans and systems in place. And then, of course, keeping an eye on that Mercury square Uranus with the full moon. That desire to really have someone understand you or hear you or admire your thoughts or what you have to say. Make sure that doesn't slip into, performative behaviors or ego. Okay. So, all right, my friends, I wish you a most marvelous week. I hope you'll hop on the website and check out my offerings, and let's stick around and see what the tarot has to say about this really busy astrological week. Hello, my beautiful friends. Namaste. I'm Jill Loftus of Nuit Astrology. Let's look at our Isis Lotus Tarot spread for the week of July the 15th, 2024. I keep going until I hear now. All right, so the first card in the situation is the past. So where we're coming from, the basic influence, Two of Cups. So there's either a new love relationship that's sparked up for you, or a perfect project, or something that's ideal for you. So that is part of the energy we're in. You, the lovers, will check this out. Yeah, there's something real good going on here. All right. And your environment, well, Eight of Cups, because you have to walk away from something else so that you can embrace this new value, love, passion. As these things come together, the Emperor energy reminds us that we are the creator of our life. Aham Brahmasmi. And in the future, key card, Seven of Cups. There are choices that need to be made. You cannot do it all or have it all, at least at the same time. Now, opposing forces in play, the Empress. This creative project that you want to create, that you want to birth. Or, in the alternative, a long-term viewpoint that needs more attention. So you're trying to, you may either know what you want to do, or you're still deciding what you want to do, okay? The near future detail card, the Hanging Man. Remember, you're going to need to be patient. It's not going to come together immediately. It's going to take time. And this could be very uncomfortable, but there's purpose in this waiting period. This is not just, yeah, ho-hum, let's go scroll. No, there's purpose in this waiting period. You're waiting for the right timing in some way, all right? Now, the modifiers are, on the Empress side, 10 of Wands. Don't make it harder than you need to. Collaborate with others. On the Seven of Pentacles side, Three of Swords. There's something that's emotionally painful right now. It's not feeling comfortable as you set out on this new pathway. With the Empress and the 10 of Wands, well, here's strength. Very, very in alignment with Leo energy and with the energy of the divine feminine. So compassion, gentleness, understanding. Over with the Seven of Pentacles and the Three of Swords, we have the Two of Wands. You have a choice to make, okay? You have to think long term for the future. I know you're feeling a little conflicted, but you can't just stand there at the crossroads anymore. Now, over on the Empress side are two potential progressions here. Well, you're definitely going to be moving in the right direction, Three of Wands. On the Seven of Pentacles side, Knight of Wands, there could be some difficult emotions that you're going to need to get past in order to move forward here. Paired with that Three of Wands on the Empress side, Six of Swords, a reminder that you need to get to a better place, okay? You need to get out of the chaos and move to this place where you can really work on this creative project in the way that you want to, without the chaos of everything else. And on the Seven of Pentacles side, with the Knight of Wands, we have the Devil. Clearly, if you're resonating with this side of the deck this week, you need to be careful. There could be tricky people, difficult emotions, kind of unleashed passions that might take you in directions that you don't really understand or don't want to go. So 2 ways to deal with the energy this week. Well, you're making choices, right? Really important to make these choices. And you've already got this creative project and you're ready to roll. You need to maybe not just work hard, but work smart, maybe collaborate with somebody. Understand that you'll need to be patient. Patience comes up twice on this side, and just keep moving in the right direction. You're good. On this other side, if you're still uncertain about what to do, think long term. Think really long term. Understand that it's not going to come together immediately. And you can't, if you struggle too much with this choice, if you struggle too much waiting to make the choice, you could miss something, okay? But watch out for your passions, watch out for your difficult emotions. They could really trap you this week. All right, well, I hope that was useful and helpful. I wish you the most marvelous week, and I'll see you next week. Bye.